right. So as I mentioned, any flow music that you would like to listen to, please put it on so that you're not having any of those external distractions coming into your practice. We'll take our yoga block if you have one. Just come to seated, whether it's from the shins or cross leg. And just take a moment to ground yourself here. So we'll start today with some pranayama, which is nice and simple. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And softening the brow as you exhale. Maybe bringing a smile to your face. 2 more days. Okay, go anywhere you want and just stay here for today online. And for those joining me online, let's come to a mudra with our hand to our heart and our hand to our belly. Softening into the tailbone with your breath right now. Setting any affirmation or intention for yourself. Even though tonight's practice is a power vinyasa, please honor where your body is at today on your mat, especially if you've taken a couple of days off from your practice. Our practice will focus on opening up the shoulders, focus on core, on that physical level, and maybe even a little bit of our hamstrings. But right now, I want you to set the tone for your practice on that emotional level. So anything that is coming to the surface, use it as your mantra, use it as an affirmation, use it as your why for your practice. This time is just for me. Maybe that is the mantra. This time is just for me. Bring our hands face down on top of our knees or our thighs, and then take right ear over towards right shoulder. A little tuck of our chin towards our armpit, looking down to the wrist. And scooping ahead to the other side, ear to shoulder. Breathing in through or down the side of the neck, the back of the shoulder blade. Bringing the chin towards our armpit, getting a different sensation here through the back of the neck. This time, as we bring our head back to center, we're going to take that head up to the sky, finding the length and the stretch in the front of your neck and the larynx, and then sigh it out of the mouth. Tuck your chin to your chest, around your spine. Find your cat pose. Inhale, lift the head above your heart, tilt it back if it's safe for your neck. The chin to your chest, around your spine. One more like that, tilt the head back, be nice and gentle. And then round back, as from the center. And bring our head above our heart, walk the right hand out to the side, left arm extends, finding that side body structure down. Coming to center, we will lower the left hand down, right arm extends, find space through the ribs. And then lifting to center, find an open twist. Twist to the right, right arm back, left arm reaches forward. Scoot the arm to center, palms together, tap the nape of the neck, stretch out the back of the neck. Let's do that again. Open up the arms. Twist to the left arm back, right arm forward. Scoop it to center, palms together, tap beneath the neck. Can you remember this flow on your own? We're gonna come back to center, right arm down, left arm extends. Yeah, we're coming back to that side body stretch. Unless you want to do those open tees, that's great. Come back to center and then switch. Come back to center, open to the right. Go a little quicker, scoop it through to center, tap the nape of the neck. Open to the left. Sweep it back to center, tap the nape of the neck. One more time like that, over to the right, right hand down, left arm extends, find a bit more length. Core is on, inhale, lift to center. Exhale, reach. Inhale through center, exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap the nape of the neck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist left. Inhale to center. And exhale. Tap the nape of the neck, and this time interlace the hands behind the neck and rock the chin from side to side. Now we want to really open up the shoulders in this practice. So if you're on your shins like me, I'm going to recommend you either come to table or you come to cross legs so that we can do a seated cat and cow, or if you want, come right to table for cat and cow. You want to bring your hands to our knees or our thighs, lifting the heart, and then rounding the spine. And doing that a few times, lift the heart. Round the spine, correct. Inhale, lifting through crown. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more, inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Now, if you're at seated, you're going to take opposite shoulder across to opposite knee. From seated, if you're in table, another version of that would just be from our table, dropping the shoulder down, rounding the spine at center, dropping the shoulder to the opposite wrist, rounding the spine. So stay where you're at. Everyone chose a different version, which I love seeing that on the screen. Little dip of that shoulder forward. We're gonna find some space through the pec. Some space for the back of the shoulder blade. And then if you are at seated, come to table, we'll all meet there. And from our tabletop, we're gonna come into hovered knees, so hands right underneath our shoulders. Tuck the toes, hover your knees, finding that core strength. Find your space in your shoulder blades again. And then exhale, press back into a down dog. Now before you come into movement, find the foundation of your dog. Sit bones are high to the sky, head between the biceps. And then we'll come forward into our high plank for a moment. Hover the knees again, tucking the toes, sending the sit bones back, and then think about that pubic bone tucking to our chin. Strengthen the lower back. Tuck your chin to chest, round your spine, press into down dog. Let's do that again. Forward into high plank. Hover the knees into your table, hold it there. Think of that navel drawing in. Tuck your chin to chest, press it back to down dog. One more like that, forward into plank. Pause. Hover the knees. Navel draws the spine. Pressing back down dog. We're going to come back to our knees and sit on our heels and then take our palm in front. So right palm reaches in front, flexing the fingertips back. Finding that length and that stretch up into the forearm. And let's do the reverse of that, bringing our fingertips towards us, pressing the back of our hand into the opposite palm. Oh yes, working up into that forearm before we come into our chaturangas. You know, if you sign up for power class, you're doing chaturangas, right? Okay. And then we'll switch hands, bring the opposite arm, palm faces the top of your mat, press those fingertips back. Let's do the opposite of that, pressing the top of the hand, pressing the fingertips back towards the elbow crease. Be nice and gentle here, as much that it might feel like an intense stretch. Still be gentle with how much pressure you put on your wrist. And then we'll exhale and release. We'll come back into table, navel to spine, find that strength in the spine again, tuck your toes, hover your table. This time we'll step the right foot back to tap, bring it in, left out to tap and in. So march it out from side to side, finding that core. Maybe using Ujjayi breath, in and out of the nose. Finish one more on each leg, and then press back to your down dog. All right, forward into high plank. Hover in your table. Step it back with your left foot this time, and in, right, in, left, in, right, in, left, in, right, in. One more set, in, right, in, press back, down dog. All right, one more variation. Forward into your high plank. Find that core strength, hover your knees, pick up your left knee, bring it to opposite wrist, step it back. Right knee to opposite wrist, step it back. Moving from side to side. Finding that twist, shoulders are staying aligned. One more on each leg. And then press back to down dog. Oh, all right. Let's move through some sun salutation A's. Let's step up to the top of our mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Tuck our chin to chest. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's have a beautiful practice. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Lead with your right leg. Right foot steps back. Bend your left. From the knees or the toes. Chaturanga. Lifting. Baby cobra. We're always going to start there. Tuck your toes. Press back. Down dog. So even if you feel ready to go into cobra, please take that time to warm up the spine. It is so vital in our practice. And well, in our everyday life, so we need to be nice and safe with the spine. Lead with your right foot. Lift your right leg, step it forward. Then your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rest. Come all the way up. We're going right back into it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Right leg leads. Step back right. Chaturanga from the knees or the toes. Baby cobra. Press back, down dog. Lead with your right leg. Right foot steps forward. Then left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward. Roll all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Bring back to that forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. Lead with your right leg one more time. Right foot steps back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Baby cobra. Press back down dog. Right foot leans, right foot steps forward. Then left. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Uttanasana. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with the left leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left leg leads. Then right. Chaturanga. Lifting, maybe it's a full cobra. Baby cobra is an option. This time we're going to add in that reverse plank. Lower your chest, tuck your toes, press up to that plank. Hold it. And then press back to down dog. All right, lead with the left leg. Left foot steps forward. And right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left leg leads. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lifting, maybe it's that full cobra now. Lower your chest. Neutralize the spine. Tuck your toes. Press up on an exhale. Hold. And then press back down dog. All right, left leg leads, left foot steps forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Last time I think. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Left leg steps back. Then right. Chaturanga. Lifting. Find your cobra. Lower the chest. Press up to your plank on an exhale. Hold it there. Pick up your left leg, knee to opposite elbow, step it back. Right knee to opposite elbow, step it back. One more set. Knee to elbow, step it back. Knee to elbow, step it back. And then rest, child's pose. Bring your palms to face the sky. Come off your wrists. Okay, we will roll up to table. You're gonna grab your yoga block or an item that you can thread the needle with. So it might even be your strap wrapped together. It can be a sweater, it can be a sock, it can be anything really. I'm gonna place it to the top of your mat. We'll come into table and then step our knees back so that we're in this modified plank. Our hips are gonna press forward. You're gonna pick up that item, bring it to the outside of your mat. Doesn't matter what hand you start with. And then weave the arm underneath, pick it up, bring it to the outside. You could always just tap the head instead if you like. We're working on the core. It's just moving from side to side, keeping the hips stable. I'm not moving like this with my hips. I'm not moving with my shoulders. Nice and strong through the core. Try to reach underneath there. I caught myself cheating. Nice and stable with that core. If you need to rest in child's pose at any time, do so. The arm should be getting nice and fiery. The core should be getting nice and fiery. One more on each side if you can. And then when you press back to child's this time, bring the palms together, lift the thumbs to the nape of the neck. And press your elbows. All right, we will roll back up to table, move that prop to the side, we don't need it. Our left foot's gonna step forward. Our right set of toes are going to tuck, bend into your back knee, lifting up to crescent. We'll bring our hands to Anjali Mudra. My front knee is above my ankle, my back hip maybe kicks a bit more forward, and I'm getting tall on my spine. Roll the shoulders back and down, find a focal point at the top of your mat. And then start to lengthen through your front leg. And then bend back into that front knee. Do that 2 more times. Lengthen. Bend back into the knee. 1 more, lengthen. Bending back into the knee. We're gonna open up to warrior B. Lengthen that front leg into exalted, reaching that arm overhead. And we'll keep that leg nice and long. We'll reach the torso back to center, reach forward for Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then start to revolve your triangle here. So that extended hand is going to reach the outside of your ankle, left arm reaches to the side of your mat. And from here, we're going to walk your hands forward, bend into your front knee, float up into warrior C. Bend into that front knee again and lower your back right knee down to the earth. You're going to do that again. Tap your toes, weight into your front leg, lift up to your standing splits or variation warrior C. Lower back down, bend into your knee, lower that knee down. 1 more like that, lift. Lower that back knee down. This time we're going to lift. Step that foot on a diagonal over towards the left off your mat. Tap the knee down, keep the front knee square. Inhale, lift. Bring that knee to your chin this time. Extend the leg, step it off your mat to the left, tap the knee. Lift, so we're working with that glute into that thigh, round the spine. Extend the leg, step it off your mat, lower the knee. Lift back to center, knee to your chin. Extend the leg, find your standing splits, pulse out that extended leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land the foot, bend your knee, lift back up to crescent. And land back into that extended, exalted warrior. Beautiful. So drawing out of any compression in that back leg. We'll lift back to center, bend into our knee, windmill your hands down, step into plank, chaturanga. Lifting cobra or baby. Let's add in that crescent to plank, lower your chest back down, hands to the shoulders, press up on the exhale, press back down dog. All right, right foot's gonna step forward, back knee bends. Lift up to crescent. Find that stance in our crescent again. You know this now. Back to crescents, front knee nice and strong, hands at grip. We started with 3 rounds of lengthening, and then bending back into that knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. Then back into that knee, and open up warrior B. Lengthen that leg. Find your exalted warrior. And lifting back just to the upper body, reach forward, find Trikonasana. Your hand is just floating to the inside of your ankle, your calf. Look to your big toe. You're gonna revolve your triangle, bring the left hand to the outside of your ankle or your calf, or even a yoga block. Look to your big toe, exhale your hands down, bend into your front knee. Float that back leg off for warrior C to start. Back hip presses forward. We started with coming down to the knees, left knee lowers, pause there for a moment. Bring your weight forward, tuck the toes, lift that leg up. Finding that standing splits. 2 more times, lower, bring the knee down. Working that front leg. Use your core to lift, use that front power to lift. Lower, bring the knee down. All right, let's add that fancy work. Lift. Step the foot over to the right this time, little curtsy, bring the knee down, press it back up, knee to your chin. Couple more like that, lengthen the leg, step it off the mat, lower the knee down to tap, press it up, knee to chin. One more, lengthen the leg, step it off your mat, lower the knee, lift back up, knee to chin. Keep the front leg strong, lengthen the left leg, point the toes, pulse it out, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that foot, bend into your knee, lift yourself back up to crescent, land into warrior B. Oh, lengthen that front leg. And lift back to center, windmill arms down, step into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lifting, find your cobra. Press back to child's pose. So if you have water handy and you need to grab a drink, feel free to just take a little rest. And then we're all going to face the long edge of our mat. We're going to come to a standing forward fold facing the long edge. So just take some time. We did a lot of up and down. I don't want to create any lightheadedness. So find your wide-legged forward fold standing. Feet are going to angle out. Hands can rest. Hands can come to blocks. Allow the head just to be below the heart for a moment. Pick up the sit bones, lift them to the sky, and then tilt the pelvis forward. We're going to play a little bit with Skandasana. We'll walk our hands over towards the right, bending into that knee, lengthening the left inner thigh, and then walk over towards the left, bending into that knee, pausing for a moment. And then if it is safe, have a little bit of movement from side to side now. So in Skandasana, we want to work on keeping the heel down of the knee that is bent if we can. Everyone's anatomy is different, so if you start to find that the heel is lifting, that's okay as long as you're not adding strain into the knee. And if you are comfortable with moving into a twist, you can even grab the ankle, reach up, finding a twist, and lower it down, walk over to the other side, grab the ankle, reach up, find a twist. So that's an option for some play if you like, or just continue to do that from side to side. Okay, we'll come back to stillness once you've had some play. You'll heel toe your feet in a little closer, toes can still angle out. We're setting up for horse stance, so sitting nice and low with the glutes. We're gonna bring our forearms to our thighs just for a moment here. The shoulders roll back. Instead of coming to full malasana, you're a little bit taller here. Hands are gonna come to the inner thighs. Now round our shoulder forward to that opposite elbow, just like you did from your seated cat and cow. Tuck your chin at center. And then round the shoulder, opposite elbow, opposite shoulder, opposite knee. And then move from side to side. So we're keeping the legs nice and strong in that squat. And as much as we're rounding the shoulders forward, still be safe. Still be gentle. If there's any pinching, draw out of it. One more on each side. And then coming to center, we'll slowly roll up just to recenter spine for a moment. If you have a yoga strap, this is a great time to get it, but remember where your feet landed. So grab your strap, bring it to the center of your mat. We are going to work on opening our shoulders and coming into different binds. So I will demo the first one. The left arm is going to come to the inside of the left thigh. Grab your strap, reach that hand towards your back left pocket. The right hand's going to come to your spine. Grab a hold of your hand, or you're using your strap. You're going to roll your shoulder back and find that bind. So what it will look like from behind. Left arm in front. Grabbing the strap, right arm comes behind, using that strap, you almost got it. Using that strap to bring your hands closer together, rolling that shoulder back. Or if you can, bring your hands together. So practice that on both sides. If you're already joining me on the first side, make sure you switch. Playing around with tucking that elbow under as well. All right, and then release, and we'll press back up. So some of you have done this asana with me before. We're going to come into our vertebrae now. We're going to do that again. Left hand in front, grabbing the strap, finding that bind as best as you can. Take your extended right leg. So once you feel that you really have that bind on the left arm, your opposite leg, you're going to heel toe that right foot right to your center, right underneath your navel. We'll move our weight into our right leg and we'll come up onto the left set of toes. From here, walk your left foot in and then see if you can lift all the way up to standing. Right leg's got to be nice and strong with that bind. If you lost the bind, it's okay. Lift to stand and just grab the outside of the leg. Beautiful. For those still trying to grab the bind, roll the top shoulder back as well, so the right shoulder. And then maybe extending the leg in your vertebrae. And then we'll come to mountain pose. Nice work, everyone. Inhale our arms up. Exhale, fold. We'll heel toe our feet again. They're nice and wide. We'll bring the strap to the right hand inside of the thigh. Reach to the back pocket. Left hand to the spine to grab the strap. Or maybe you can reach the fingertips. And then we'll start to walk the opposite leg in. So since the bind's on our right leg, our left leg's gonna walk it. Transfer your weight over to the left leg, walk those toes in, and see if you can lift to stand. You hate this one person? Okay. That means we're gonna do it every week this year. And then once you've had some play, ta-da! My body doesn't really like it that much right now after being off for the holidays. Okay, one more time, come back to your forward fold. Heel toe your feet. Pivot the right set of toes, and then lower that left knee down. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot. Come into your lizard lunge. So right knee is above our ankle. We widen the stance of our leg. Always come to your yoga blocks. We're about halfway here. Soften your shoulders. We'll tuck our toes, lift that knee. We'll just sweep across the long edge of our mat, changing directions, finding your lizard lunge. Hands come to the inside of your foot again. Left knee is forward this time. And then we'll press ourselves back up. Find your way to the top of your mat and then into your down dog. So if you weren't already at the top of your mat with me, come into down dog so we can set up for our pigeon pose. I'm gonna lift our right leg up. Bring the knee to the inside of our ribs, Ekapada Konasana, and then lengthening your back, left leg down. So maybe it's picking up the knee and then replanting it. Left hip presses forward. Try to even out the weight of your hips so that you're not leaning to one side. And then lead with your heart. If you have your blocks, you might want to bring forearms to blocks or forearms all the way down to the earth. Your favorite last pose was you hated it, or 2 poses ago you hated. And this is your favorite. Oh, but the ones we hate are probably the ones we need to do more. So you are about halfway in this posture. If you think you need to go a little deeper, so if you had brought blocks in your forearms and you want to come down to full forearms or maybe even forearm stack, head down. We'll slowly pass ourselves up and back into 3-legged dog, shaking it out. And then we'll switch sides, left leg lifts, knee to elbow, sorry, knee to wrist. I wanted to bring you back into some core work apparently. By saying knee to elbow. Tucking the toes, lifting that back knee, replanting it, pressing your hip bone forward. And again, if you were staying a little taller for the first half, bring your blocks back. Coming back to Ujjayi breath, in and out of our nose. You're halfway again if you need to. Remove those props. And then we'll slowly press up and back into three-legged dog. A little shake out of that leg. And then keeping that leg extended, we're going to step it over toward that opposite wrist and through until you can come to seated. Yeah, ta-da, land on your bum. You're not facing the camera, readjust yourself, come to your wide straddle. And then we'll just take a little forward fold here. And we'll slowly roll that forward fold. We'll bring our heels to the earth, finding our boat pose or Anahata, our hands behind our thighs, rounding our spine, tucking our chin like we're gonna roll to our spine, and then lifting back up. So nice and strong in your core, engaging your core, drawing that navel in, pressing back up. Then just moving through that with the hands behind your thighs. You could always even use your yoga strap too for support. Lifting with the sternum, holding out. Lifting with the sternum, and down in the back. Couple more like that. One more. Rolling it back and holding it there. Extend your arms. Roll your shoulders back. Active through your palms. Lift back up. Reach for the toes, maybe tap them. Roll back. Lifting back up. Reach and tap the toes. Rolling back down. Lift one more time. Tap the toes and then lower down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms overhead. I'm gonna float your right leg up to the sky. Lift your head and shoulders off. Reach for the toes if you can. Lower your head and shoulders back down. 2 more. Lifting up and lower. 1 more. Core in and lower. Lower that heel. Extend the arms. Reach the opposite leg up. Let's go for 3 and lower. For 2 and lower. Exhale on the top. For 1 and lower. Extending the arms. Take your feet over to the right. Find banana asana. Pick up your left ankle. Cross it over. And then reach the upper body over towards that right corner. So both the feet and the upper body are reaching to the same direction on mat. Finding the space through the side of the body again. And we'll come to center, uncross the ankles, walk the feet to the other side, pick up the right foot, reach that corner, grab the top wrist. And then we'll release the top wrist. We'll uncross the ankle. We'll take our feet nice and wide, our arms nice and wide into Shavasana. Just finding some stillness after our asanas. So the physical part of our practice is done, and I hope that you give yourself that permission that you've done enough. That you don't step off your mat with that feeling that I must do more or push through. It doesn't have to be a duration to how hard we work, even when it comes to moving our body. I want you to think of your practice today almost like that sandwich of we started with our pranayama. We had that meaty part where we built that fire, that in-between section, and then now we're topping it off with that calm, that mindfulness. Maybe coming back to our why for our practice and finding that balance. We give too much power, too much heat, there will be an imbalance. Just as if we do too much of our yin, our passive, there can also be an imbalance. So I hope for you in your power practice, you find a bit of both and find that center. So I give myself permission to rest right now. I give myself permission to slow it down and connect with my breath. I am calm. I am present. My body is full of ease and comfort. I have nothing else to prove, but everything to share. I hope when you step off your mat that you are open, you are vulnerable, and that you continue to be kind. Thank your body for its work that you've done here today. Thank your mind for making space. Thank your lungs for being your guide. So that we are safe on our spine, we will roll to one side. Little tuck of our chin to our chest. Having one more thought of kindness to our body. And slowly press yourself up to seated. Take your time. Hands to Anahata chakra for our inner knowledge. To Vishuddha for speaking with kindness. To Anahata for compassion. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for putting yourself in your self-care first. You have a great rest of your evening. Namaste.